Find yourself back in Yvonne's room. You can sleep. You can also view your battle stats. You can do boring stuff. So yeah, you can look at your yearbooks. See what events are happening. Which, this looks fairly reminiscent, actually, of the first game. They did it via storybook, where they don't really do this game via storybook. I kind of like the storybook thing. I thought that was a cool way to do it. People. Alright, so now, I'm not going to do this. Because as you can see, there are 53 people that there can be stats on. I'm not going to do this. However, if you're really interested, you know, I'm sure someone else on YouTube has bothered to go through all this. You can look at all these, like, notes about all these characters and learn all sorts of neat things about them. There's a lot to learn. And as you get story with people, you'll unlock memories. So, it's kind of cool stuff, but it's a lot to go through for a Let's Play. Sorry, thirsty again. That's the stuff we went through today, okay. Fair enough. Every day matters. Squad name. You can always change your squad name, it looks like. Class notes. This is like your tutorial stuff. Oh yeah, I forgot they load it up like this for you to look at it. And sleep. I won't really mess with any of that much, but just so you know what that was. And it looks like you guys don't actually hear the disc spin up, so that's kind of cool.
To begin, here is today's news.
Alright, so all the stuff's kind of interesting. There are 2 facilities in Academy mode where you can use the funds and experience you've earned to improve your squad. First is the Drill Grounds. The Drill Grounds, you can use experience points to raise soldier class levels. The second is the R&D building. At the R&D building, you can use funds to improve your squad's equipment. Go and visit these other facilities before heading to the briefing room. So the big thing is, if you want a particular individual to get abilities and stuff, you have to put that particular individual into battle. If that makes sense. Otherwise, they won't gain anything. So let's check out R&D. It's kind of familiar from the first game, I think.
Yo!
There's something I wanted to run you through. The R&D. At R&D, you can use the funds you've earned during missions to develop and enhance your armaments. Once you've developed basic armaments such as rifles, machine guns, and armor, enough are produced for your entire squad. Right, okay, so you do spread it to your entire squad. Although I still feel like there were like unique weapons that you only got one of. I'm not sure. Come get geared up before a mission, or when you've earned more funds after completing a mission. You follow that? Try not to forget, yeah.
Welcome to R&D, kid. Make yourself at home.
Alright, so we'll definitely be visiting this. The DCT at the top right, that is our currency. The change equipment allows you to specify equipment just like at the battle screen. Develop weapons. So there is a tier system. I never quite understood it, to be honest. It's slightly confusing, but basically as long as you've got this little section not cross-hatched or whatever that is, you can get those things. So we've got the Gallia 1, that's default gun. Gallia 2 cost us a little over 1,000 monies, but the difference is we do 1 extra damage versus personnel, 1 versus armor, 1 more accuracy, and that's it. It's not a very good upgrade, and we don't have a lot of money, but later on, the money becomes a little bit less problematic. I don't know if that's necessarily worth buying. Let's look around a bit. Default grenade, field suits, I always felt like the field suits were useful because they benefited most classes. The thing, like, there's 15 students that can take it versus the rifle, only 5 students can take the rifle. So the field suit seemed like a pretty decent upgrade. So I don't have enough for it, but I will. And that'll give us just a teensy bit more frontal defense. No side or rear defense. Let's see. Nothing for these guys, it looks like. Nothing here. Looks like we have a pistol upgrade we can get. Does slightly more damage, slightly more accuracy. These upgrades from like V1 to V2, as you can see, the Galleon 1 and Galleon 2 generally aren't very good, but eventually if you keep going along the tree, you end up getting like a massive incremental upgrade, or like an entirely different kind of gun, generally. Those are the upgrades you want to go for. I don't think it's worth us buying it yet. That's just my opinion, though.
Listen up!
Alright, maggots, listen up! Drill grounds. You can use experience points earned during missions to train your troops to higher levels. I think the first game was like this too, actually. All soldiers of a class gain levels at the same time, so there's no risk of anyone falling behind when they are deployed. Okay, so I think it's all units gain the same levels, but any of the special things you need to make the unit upgrade to a different class, that's specific to that unit. Vaughn can also change the class other than a scout using change class option. If you're short on a certain class, Vaughn can change over to bolster your strength in that area. Got it. If I see any screw-ups, it's 100 laps. So Vaughn's the only one that has the ability to change classes. I always kept him in Scout. I never really saw a reason. I mean, maybe Shock Trooper might be a decent backup, but I never really saw a reason to change him, to be honest. Let's see. So we've got a decent chunk of experience. We can put it wherever we want. We're going to put it in Scout.
You've done well, men. That's another level.
You got it, Bender. Alright, so we got level 3 scouts. I'm usually going to prioritize scouts the most. I'll probably barely put points into tech just to kind of keep them at the status quo a little bit, but not really. It's really scouts and troopers, and a little bit into Lancer. Alright, so Vaughn can change classes. Alright, so here, this is what I was talking about. So we're currently a scout, and but you can see eventually we could get to, like, okay, so if you see at the bottom left, you can kind of see like a the spacing of how their attributes are spaced. They've got a decent amount of, they've got a ton of AP and a ton of accuracy, a little bit of HP, and everything else is pretty low. Scout veterans, on the other hand, looks like they get a big boost to evade and a big boost to AP, and everything else stays about the same. That one's a pretty good class. That's just a better scout, generally. And then there's some more. One of them's like a scout elite or something, and there's something else I can't remember. So that, you get a fairly decent amount of spread to put like your units, and you can specialize in a lot of different people. That's the nice thing about having so many people in the class, is like you could specialize heavily if you really wanted to get that deep into it. I won't, but I will certainly let us upgrade. And then there we go, we got Sniper. So Sniper suffers from reduced HP, reduced AP, slightly reduced defense, slightly reduced evade, but it does get an accuracy boost. And there's like a Sniper Elite or Sniper Veteran or something that you can get as well. Let's see, so Shock Troopers. Gunner gets a Gatling gun, which, if I remember right, they don't shoot it all in a straight line. They kind of sweep, like from left to right, or right to left or something, That one's really cool for if there's like a big group of enemies in front of you, which I would say is probably one of the few uses that it's fairly good for. I mean, I guess that's a specialty for that, is to get a whole group of enemies, in which case, in that particular instance, if you're really trying to mow down a ton of enemies, that would be more useful than a scout. It's fairly rare, but I probably will specialize someone in that. Trooper Veteran just gets some buffs. They're pretty cool. They get multiple hand grenades. That's kind of cool. Lancers. Let's see. Lancer Veteran. Better Lancer. Mortarer is somebody I want to get because they lose the ability to shoot tanks, but they gain the ability to take out big groups of enemies that are hiding behind like sandbags and stuff. It's like a super grenade, basically. They're really cool. Engineers. Engineers are actually kind of interesting what they can upgrade into. It's a veteran engineer, just better engineer. Can fully heal allies no matter what their health. Neat little bonus. Anthem Core. I never really use this much, but it's an interesting thing. Carries an instrument to motivate allies to perform beyond their ability. Is best used before an attack. So they're like a bard. They're just buff. It's interesting. Tech Veteran is boring, not only clearing landmines but also placing them. I never bothered with that, but maybe that would be interesting? I don't know. Being able to place landmines. Fencer, unable to use guns, but can send flows flying with sword attacks. Has high HP, but very limited mobility. I don't know about that. I just feel like ultra low mobility in any equation is just not very good. And you can see the materials that it takes to make them. However, you have to get these, like you have to get, it looks like 5 arms to be a Lancer Veteran, and we've got 3. We can't see the other things until we get them. So we don't know what else it takes to upgrade for it. No. Yeah, and you can see other classes, they don't have the ability to switch classes, they can just pick within their class. So, sorry about all the talking, I know that was a lot of time, in fact. Holy crap, we're at 45 minutes, that was a lot of talking, I'm sorry. But it's all kind of important stuff, I think. And there's Yvonne's room. So let's move on to our next drill ground mission.
Listen up now.
Changing potentials. Your squad members may awaken new battle potentials during a mission. Battle potentials are retained even when units changes class, as long as they're equipped. You can change the potentials you have equipped by selecting Change Potential. Let your squad member experience a variety of classes so they can awaken more of their inner potential. I don't know why you would, like, change potentials.
Ah, Yvonne. How can I help you today?
I guess maybe you get more than you can get, so you have to pick which ones you want? I'm not sure. Let's start another mission. So, maneuvering exercises. Capture enemy base camp. I promise you future ones I'm not going to talk as much. It's just, there's a lot to let you guys know. Teach you how to use the terrain. Alright. In all actuality, we will probably just push forward. Let's try to get some new people in here. Why don't we? We'll probably just keep pushing forward for a while until... yeah. Just keep pushing forward to the Vaughn and... Lot? Whatever her name is. Scout team, go!
Time to show them what Class G can really do!
That'll also happen before every battle. Oh yeah, they're going to teach us about crawling in grass. Right, okay. It's a useful technique. Don't get me wrong.
Listen up!
Look, there's grass out there! Enemies will attack with interception fire when you approach them in action mode. It's dangerous to continue to move out in the open while under fire. Crouch behind sandbags or other cover. Watch the sight line. Sight line appears when you see an enemy while moving. Take note of the direction and color. Blue is not detected. Yellow is detected. Red is under fire. Let's see. I think we can go for that way as well. But we're going to use the grass because they want us to. Grass. You can use grass. Crawl in grass. Units don't see you in grass. Units can detect you if they get close in grass. Scouts are cool. So if you're undetected, to my understanding, I don't believe enemies will be able to avoid your shots. Like dodge. You can still miss, obviously. Ah, dang it. And then he'll attempt to shoot back. But because we're crouched in, I guess, what's considered cover, he can't do much to us.
Let's get this started.
Alright, Eric, you got it.
I don't plan on losing here.
You're not going to help me?
Stay down!
Come on, Yvonne. Don't be a butt.
Is that all? Enemy spotted!
Alright, that's as far as we're going to go there. Let's see if we can do a flanking maneuver with Lottie.
Sure, dude.
Sure, dude. That's right, dude. Oh, can't go this way, dude. Okay, thought we could. I'm wrong. I forget how bad accuracy is. Wow, look at how many shots landed there. Wait.
Got one!
Got one, dude! Okay, I forget how bad the accuracy is beginning game. It does
Moving out.
slowly improve with time. Alright, so just another hammer dude. This is the most you're going to see of hammer dudes. I'll just let you know that right now. I mean, maybe we'll play around with the classes. I'm gonna tell you this, I'm not going to grind to level up classes.
Sure, dude!
That is not something I'm going to do. Landmines are cool. Landmines are traps that are triggered when a unit steps on them and explode as soon as that unit tries to move away. If you spot a landmine, do your best to stay away from it. If you have an armored tech nearby, they can disarm them. If you step on a mine, remember that it will not detonate until you move away. Send an armored tech in to disarm it. Small and larger versions of the landmine. The smaller mines inflict high damage on infantry but less on vehicles. Large landmines do heavy damage to both infantry and vehicles. There's your landmine. Don't step on it. I guess that would be the usefulness of the tech. Is if you screw up, you can send a tech in to fix it. Personally, as you get higher level, I would just take the damage and then just heal with an engineer. It's a neat idea that they made the class in the first place, but I never seem to get much usefulness out of it.
Sure, dude!
Dude!
Found one! What unit is that?
Okay.
Dude!
Dude! Might have gotten a little bit farther than I wanted to here. We're gonna run into cover really quick and end our turn.
Death toll skyrockets!
Moving out!
You also notice that a lot of the battlefields are relatively small and they try to make them bigger by putting stuff in the middle that you have to run
This is a
around.
turning point, right, bro?
Got it, bro.
Coming at you!
Yeah, they'll
Okay,
put
let's
some
go.
structure in the middle that you have to run around a lot.
I see one!
Battle buddies!
Could you hit worse? Proceeds to take bullets to the face. Alright. Well, it doesn't look like there's any real way I'm going to be able to finish this in this turn, so we're just going to end it here. We'll save my command points for next turn and see if we can get them to kill themselves. Because that's pretty common.
Dude!
Oh, don't kill her. Don't kill her, dude.
Gotcha!
That might hurt a bit. We'll regain some health because of the turn passing. But we might need to be careful with her.
Moving out!
Yeah, that should finish him. How are you... Like, I just want to know how she was missing.
Enemy down!
That happened last turn, too. I don't know how she did that.
Moving out!
Oh, yeah, watchtowers. Okay. You can use watchtowers. There's a watchtower here, so try using it. Yeah, I know. Why do they show this armored tech here so much? Like I'm gonna actually use him. Alright. So he was covered behind boxes, so it's like, look, you can see him now. Isn't this great?
Coming at you!
Yvonne, don't... Yvonne, what is wrong with you? Yvonne can't shoot.
On it!
Got it, dude. Oh, forgot you can only have one person at a time up there.
Gotcha! Got one!
Right, I forgot. When you get... I think when they see you or something, they start shooting at you, they can keep seeing you. It's kind of weird.
Coming at you!
There we go.
Enemy down!
The accuracy improves as you go along in the game and you upgrade them more, so it becomes less of a pain.
On it!
Let's see if she manages to get herself killed. Nobody in the base camp. What a bunch of idiots.
On it!
You keep getting... The thing that they try to prevent you from using the same unit over and over is they give you less AP on subsequent uses in the same turn. But that's why you want to use Scout, because they just keep running. Like, even the lesser amount is still a fairly decent amount. Usually.
Yes! We took their base camp!
That they left undefended, a bunch of nerds. I gotta be... Yeah, I should have done that one turn earlier. That probably would have been better done if I had, like, sent the two scouts in tandem up there. Then I could have got it done quick enough. Yeah, look, we got a bunch of wood and materials and rifle stocks, and we got attack now. That's another important piece to leveling up the units. And we are close to an hour. Wow. I spent a lot of time talking. I try not to ramble on too much.
To begin, here is today's news.
There's story missions. Oh, right. Okay, so key is missions you have to do. Free are missions... No, wait, no. I guess I'll explain it. You must first view events marked !! to be able to accept them, so you're fully aware of the background. If you're unable to accept a mission, there's likely an event that you haven't seen yet. Alright. Yeah, okay. But yeah, there's key, which I think is stuff you have to do, and then I think story is actually story. We'll figure it out as we go along, I suppose.
Listen up now.
Today we'll be covering the military history of ancient Europa. Ooh, that transition was smooth. Barf. History is like my worst subject. Don't be so modest, Yvonne. I'm sure you're equally bad at all of them. Hey, shut up!
Hey!
Yvonne, you dropped this photo. Oh man, thanks for catching that. Must have fallen out of my notebook. Is that your brother? Yep, that's my big bro, Leon. He's amazing at everything. He's totally my hero. I mean, he's strong, super dependable, and smart too. And he's like the nicest. Pipe down. Class is about to start. Thank you. Now everyone, open your books to page 25, please. Oh no!
What?
What's going on? It sounds like... Oh, I hear loading coming from the PSP. Oh, that's loud. That's really loud.
No.
Not again. What the?
You heard the bells.
Those bells mean you've been summoned to battle.
What? Us?
If I were you, I'd start getting ready.
That was so loud. I hope there's a way to turn down, like, movie sounds, because that was really loud. And I could hear the sound getting just kind of crackly and gross again. Report of rebel aggression in the Arlem region has come in. The Landseal Royal Military Academy is responsible for policing southern Gallia. It falls on us to address any threats that arise in our jurisdiction.
What?
But wait, you can't mean... Are you saying that we cadets are expected to fight unassisted? That is correct. What? But we're not...
Listen up now.
2 years after peace of the Empire, Gallia's defenses are still ragged. The militia can only be summoned against invasion. This is internal. That leaves you cadets, the creme de la creme of Gallia's youth. But war is not so kind as to spare those with no will to fight. I guess there's no getting around it. Meet me in the briefing room as soon as you're prepared to leave. Alright. There's gotta be a way. There's gotta be a way to lower that volume. So there's music, SFX, and voice. That was a different volume. Is there no way to adjust the video volumes? That is awful. Movie volume levels will not be changed. Well, how do you change them? See, here's the annoying thing, right? I press this button. Normally at the bottom you'll see a volume indicator where that little speaker is, and then there'll be a whole line across the bottom of the screen where you can adjust the volume. It doesn't look like that shows up when the TV cable's plugged in. It just gives it max volume, which is awful. There's not much I can do about that, I'm sorry. I'll lower the sound to make it less aggravating, but there's not much I can do to, like, fix the actual volume.
Ready then?
I guess so. Don't do that to me again.
As class chair, command in the field falls to you, Yvonne.
Right. I gotcha.
Your mission today is to drive the rebels back out of the Arlem region. Intel from our Vanguard unit reports a tank within the enemy squad.
They've got a tank! What do you expect a pack of foot soldiers to do?
I expect you to win. Thinking of how to go about that is your job.
This just in, entire new classmates dead.
That's easy for you to say. Their lives are all hanging on this.
Such is the nature of war. The exact same applies to the rebels as well. If you don't wipe them out, they'll gladly see you dead.
You act like it's easy. Fine. I'll get us through this without a scratch.
I look forward to it. Landseal's bell has tolled. Squad G, move out!
It's more like Squidgy, am I right? Ah, loud noises! Ah.
Bring him down! They're getting away! With me!
That sounded like Bender. That's right, shoot those helpless
This is
civilians.
awful. How could they do this?
Treated like objects, just because they're Darksons.
Oh, right. Yeah, because there's racism. Forgot about that.
Hey, we've got an incoming rebel squad!
We'll never make it against a group that big. We're all gonna die.
Confidence.
Okay, everybody calm down. We'll all be fine. It'll work out. Don't worry.
It'll work out? How can you say that with no grounds to back it up?
Hey, I've got grounds. The most violent waves lay bare a man's worth the fastest. Those are my brother's words. Now listen good. You give up, and it's over. And if I know anything, it's that we weren't meant to die here today.
We're
That
gonna
means
die.
we can't give up, which means we fight. Those are my grounds.
You're right. Right, everybody? We can do this together! It's like Yvonne says. So long as we don't give up, there's still hope. Combat is scary, but we all have to do our part for any of us to survive.
I'm with you. I'm not ready to end it here. I'll fight.
Sound like you got something caught
Just
in
how
your throat.
exactly is that speech supposed to get us through this alive? An appeal to emotion and some circular reasoning? You've got to be kidding.
So what? You have a better plan, dude?
Look there. The rebels only have a single tank. That's probably at the top of their chain of command issuing orders. Destroy that tank, and you behead the squad.
But how?
There.
That's a Ragnite container.
Right. I saw several of them littered about the area. Fueling stations for the villagers' farm equipment, I'd wager. If we lure the tank near those containers, then set them off with gunfire.
That's perfect! We can use the blast to take out the tank!
Sari, you're a genius!
Observation and logic will always yield a solution. Those are my grounds.
Okay, guys, let's get to work clearing those rebels out of here.